I know you've heard of breakfast for champions, but what if I told you this one is basically a level up from that? A microbiome multivitamin meal that can be made in just 5 minutes. No blender, no supplements needed. And this plate hosts 3 of the most powerful gut healing superstars on the planet, including a fermented food that works like a probiotic bouncer, breaking down your meal so your gut can actually absorb the good stuff, plus a crunchy little bite of nutritional gold that feeds your best gut bugs and brings a real natural energy boost to your whole day. And a smooth, rich spread that ancient warriors once fought over as it's the original superfood before they even knew what that word was. And it's known for its impressive gut repair qualities. And this is absolutely delicious. Well, I think so, because it's one of my go-tos when I need an energy boost in my week. Hi, I'm Leilani. I'm a chef, a clinical nutritionist, and I'm here to help you transform your microbiome in just minutes a day using simple swaps, clever food combos, and habits that actually fit into your life. All right, let's get started. I'm going to talk you through the ingredients. And let's give it up for the unsuspecting, tiniest multivitamin ninjas around, sprouts. These little guys aren't just cute on toast, they're absolute powerhouses. When a seed sprouts, its vitamin levels go wild. We're talking 300% more vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, before it was cracked open. It's like nature's way of hitting the nutrient turbo button. They're also loaded with prebiotic fibers, which feeds your good gut bugs like lactobacillus and bifidobacteria, basically giving them the VIP treatment. And thanks to their natural enzymes, they help break down your food while you eat, so you don't feel as much bloating. So in short, these are like a multivitamin, digestive aid, and a gut cheerleader, all rolled into one crunchy little bite. Now the best ones are the broccoli sprouts. These ones here, as you'll see, they're salad mix, but that's fantastic. I just got the broccoli. I just got the mix of them because that's also really good. And I'm gonna put them on top at the end. I just wanted to introduce you to their capabilities. So the first thing to make this gut friendly is you gotta have good bread. So this is the bread that I've got. It's actually a pumpkin one. And this sourdough is toasted. It's full of resistant starch. So it's got, it feeds the bifidobacteria and it's lower in gluten. I have a full talk on the best breads. So I won't go into that now just because it's already there. So I'll put the link there. You got to check it out. Without that bread, you're just harming your gut. You can also go for a gluten-free toast, but it's a bit tricky. It's better than the supermarket fairy floss bread, but gluten-free stuff also has corn, and I talk about why corn is really disruptive to your gut, but also the rest of your body. So it's kind of it's just a bit hard, whereas this bread is just organic flour and salt, and it's fermented. So check out that talk because it is an absolute must if you want this to be healthy. By the way, this can be thrown together in just a few minutes, but I'm obviously going to talk through it all. All right, I want you to guess the next gut boosting ingredient. I'll give you a clue. It's rich and creamy and basically nutritional royalty. It's one of the highest sources of vitamin A, and it boosts production of secretory IgA, which builds a super strong gut wall and supports your immune system soldiers, basically your first line defense of your gut. It's also packed with B vitamins like B12 and folate to help regenerate your gut cells and boost your energy. And if that wasn't enough, it's loaded with iron and zinc and copper, the trace minerals your gut uses to repair and calm inflammation. Oh, and it's also got something that supports methylation, which is a fancy word for how your body detoxifies, balances hormones, and even regulates the expression of microbiome genes. So yeah, this is way more than just a bougie toast topper. It's one of the most powerful gut repairing foods on the planet. And what is it? Pate! Check it out. Pate, or specifically liver. And now, before you scroll past and think, oh, hear me out. Because liver is not just old school, it's ancestral gold. This stuff has been one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet since humans were hairy and barefoot and chasing lunch with a stick. And in the wisdom of ancient cultures, they believed like heals like. So if someone had a weak heart, they'd eat the animal, the heart from the strong animal. Or low fertility, they would eat the reproductive organs of an animal. And it was their way of transferring the strength of that animal to the human and the vitality. So they didn't pop multivitamins, they ate organ meats. And so liver, that was sacred stuff, often reserved for warriors, chiefs, and pregnant women. And let's be honest, we live in a super polluted world, so liver is gonna be your friend. So when you're spreading this pate on toast, you're not just getting a fancy French brunch, you're actually tapping into thousands of years of gut healing wisdom and giving your body and your gut a powerful upgrade. So who's ever tried it before? Who's ever tried making it? I make my own in the Thermomix, and it's a fantastic recipe. This one is a free range. But just want to say, stick around towards the end to find out the third gut superfood of this breakfast. This one doesn't just add flavor, it actually helps your body break down carbs, fats, and protein and reduces sugar cravings. So before we get into that, we're gonna go through, I'm just gonna throw it together. It literally takes a couple of minutes. So we've got the pate, and if you haven't seen what pate is, try to get the free range if you can. That's definitely a bonus. I got lucky because my local deli does it. It looks like this. And it is liver, there is butter in there. It's actually really delicious and Moorish and quite salty. I'm gonna take quite a bit of chunk because like 1 tablespoon is quite a lot. And how you can you see that color? There's like brown, then there's pinky in there. That's how you know it's really good pate. There's pate and then there's not so good pate. So shop around before you make your mind up, because I'm telling you, it's great. Now I put a lot on, but you could put a little bit. And I just want to add one more ingredient to this. So I've got the toast, I've toasted it. This is a pumpkin sourdough, which is why it's yellow. You don't have to get that one. I'm just mixing it up, trying different things. I get it from my baker. Now I'm gonna put what I learned in Spain, garlic. Okay, this is a clove that I've just cut in half. And garlic has something called allicin in it. And it is a very powerful antifungal and so good for the immune system. So if you can see, I'm just scraping it on there because that way I can have the garlic. It's just a bit of a cheat so I don't have to cut it up. It's optional, but it is very good for you. So garlic, spread the pate, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm actually like salivating now, and I think it takes a few goes to really love pate. But once you do, you almost dream about this stuff. It's that good. And like I said, so many good things for it. Now, what you put on top is, we've got the sprouts. Talked about that earlier. Have a look at them. They're gorgeous. They're little plants. You don't have to put sprouts on, but like I said, that's the best ingredient for your gut. I'm gonna put some avocado. I chopped it all nicely for you. Avocado is like the personal trainer. It feeds your good bacteria, it lowers inflammation, and it helps absorption of good fats and keeps you regular. So I'm gonna put that on. You don't have to put avocado. Okay, you don't have to put the avocado on. You could put an egg if you wanted, or any of your favorite things like tomato or capsicum, but avocado is like one of the best things you can put on. Then I've got some cucumber. And the reason I put cucumber, I didn't show you, look how cute, they're just the mini ones, is cucumber really soothes the gut lining. It's got something called pectin in it, and it's like taking your gut to the spa. So the thing about cucumber though, is if you really have problems with your gut, you're better off cutting the skin off and taking the seeds out. So you wouldn't get the little one, you get the big one and scrape them out. And from a, probably too much cucumber, but look how cute it is. From the ancient cultures, they often do take out that part of the seed, including tomatoes and cucumber, because it has high lectins. I'm sure you know all about lectins if you're listening to my show. So other optional thing, onions. Now, onions is one of the most gut-friendly foods. And have a look at this one. I've just chopped it up finely, but onions have FOS and inulin in it, and they are basically a crowd pleaser for your gut. They feed bifidobacteria. I'm going to put that on top. You could do it in any slice you wanted to. You could use spring onions. You don't have to add it, but it does tend to go nicely with this. To be honest, when I'm just doing this for myself, I would put, I might even just skip the onion, like the pate and the sprouts. And then I'm going to move on to something that is an essential for all of your plates. You've got to have a fermented food. And I talk all about that. I've got a series, a 2-part series. I'll put the card there. You can go and check it out. All the different fermented foods that you can have, because you want to start pairing your foods with fermented foods so that it helps break down the fats, the protein, the carbs. It's got its own digestive enzymes. It has a high amount of vitamin C, which is really, really good for immune and antioxidant health. And it's actually really delicious. So sour foods help with sweet cravings. So I'm on that bandwagon at the moment, but I've got two. I've got one, sauerkraut. So have a look at sauerkraut. This is prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. It aids digestion and it is super good for you. If you have a look, it'll say something like wild fermented raw. You got to get the raw ones. It doesn't work if it's been heat treated. I talk about that in the course. This one is almost out, and I had to ask my kids and partner to not eat it because I was going to show it to you today because it's the last basically spoon. We fight over it, and they weren't fermented food people before me, and then you just become a fan. So I'm going to put a spoon of that. This one's bright purple because it's got beetroot, but you can just get the regular one. That's fine too. Mix it up. The thing with gut health, diversity, and anything can be a fermented food. Okay, lucky last, I've got another fermented food. This is very optional, but I wanted to talk you through it because I love capers and I found this. So that just on its own is great, but if you don't have sauerkraut, you want another fermented food option, this is what? This is capers, all right? I'll show you here. Capers have something called quercetin, which is a very high antioxidant. Now, which is great for anti-aging. This one is salted. And the most important thing around capers being salted to be a good fermented food, if you can see on the label, capers, salt, that's it. There's no vinegar, anything like that. You can look inside, it is very salty, big chunks of salt. I wouldn't add salt to this because sauerkraut's salty, pate is quite salty. These are very salty because they're in salt. You can give them a wash, but if they are preserved in salt, they have all the good bacteria that help your gut. If it's just in vinegar, a lot of the time they have the preservatives that kill the good bacteria, and also they're quite harmful for your gut. It has that sodium bentonite, which is very much a gut disruptor. So try to avoid the ones just in vinegar. You want to go with salt and culture, raw, live. It's pretty simple, really. How we used to cook back in the day, our ancestors used to cook and preserve things. That's why one of the main reasons our health is completely deteriorating. It's because we don't prepare foods the way that we should. My son is obsessed with capers. I would have to hide them from him. He will eat like this jar in about a week. So that's it. It is seriously the fastest thing. Have a look at that. My pate on toast with avocado, sauerkraut, sprouts, onion, cucumber. Now, I hope you try it at home. Let me know in the comments what you think if you haven't tried it. And Please let me know what dishes or breakfasts you want to see that turned into a gut healthy version. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.